Uranus is back. Uranus is back, y'all, because Uranus is direct. Today, January 30th of 2025. But here's the thing. It's still in its shadow period. So it's recovering from that retrograde period to where everything was stalled, excitement, shock value, innovation, and risk-taking. So now it's kind of waking up to itself, and it won't wake up fully until it's out of that shadow period, which will be May 17th, in the middle of Taurus season of this year. Ugh. But here's the positive thing. We still have the sun in Aquarius. We still have Mercury in Aquarius, and we have Pluto in Aquarius. So we still have these genius ideas on how we can move about. We have a little bit of Uranus in there that will give us a little bit of our spark back, because Uranus is still working its way back into its electrifying characteristic. It'll be direct until September the 6th of this year. Now, we'll be having a preview of Uranus in Gemini, which will be July 7th through November the 7th, but I'll discuss that later. Uranus in Gemini is quite chaotic from what I've seen. Gemini is already a sporadic sign, and then adding Uranus, putting Uranus in that sign, like what the hell? It will end, Uranus and Taurus will end April 25th, but I didn't really come here for that. I came here to tell you guys the forecast for all 12 signs. So here we go. Aries, suns, moons, and risings. Uranus is going direct in your second house. What is the second house? Your self-value, your self-worth, how much you're getting paid, your possessions. And what's happening is that over this 6-month hiatus since September the 1st, you've been doing a lot of contemplating around what you value, who you truly are, and how much you're worth. I also see that with Aries, a lot you guys have some spending issues. And so now during this time, as Uranus goes direct in Taurus, you're feeling more liberated, because now you're identifying with values that you feel like you could stick with, and that will give you that power, give you that discernment, and most definitely give you a sense of wisdom, a sense of innovation, a sense of creativity when it comes to handling your finances. Like, I'm going to distribute some here, I'm going to distribute some there, and I don't have to make money from this one avenue because I'm so creative that I have multiple streams of income. That's what we're doing for you, Aries, suns, moons, and risings. We're liberating you from a self-esteem point of view, and we're liberating you financially. Now, Uranus is still about shock. It's in, it's out, it's unpredictable. So what you say may be unpredictable. Your values may be shocking to other people because you're making this change. And also, you're betting on something. If you're investing in stock or whatever, the stock may go up, the stock may go down. If you're gambling, you have money one day, you lose money one day. Taurus. Uranus direct is all about you because Uranus is in Taurus. It's in your home sign. So my risings, especially suns and moons, you're going to be getting out of a rut. Ever since September the 1st, you've been feeling like you're in a rut, like you can't do nothing. You've been restricted, maybe on a spiritual level. You weren't seeing the forest for the trees. You were seeing the trees for the forest. And it's like, now you're awakened. You woke. You woke now to why you felt the way that you felt, to why you've had these irrational feelings, to why you have acted out of character. Now you're finally waking up to yourself, and you're saying, well, the reason why I acted like this, or I felt slowed down, is this and that and that and this, or whatever. But now it is time for you to basically make the steps towards being that person you've wanted to be, and cleaning up, or not really cleaning up, but preparing yourself to become this new person, to become a more liberated version of yourself, and to liberate your own self and your own character in your life. The main character gets his pizzazz back. You know, like there's a character arc and you've fallen. Now you're rising back up there. Gemini. Uranus is parading around in your 12th house, in the houses of your subconscious, of your dreams, rest, meditation, of your spirituality. So when Uranus goes direct, I feel like you're realizing your dreams. You're realizing where your true spiritual help comes from. You're not able to make sense of the things that have been happening behind your back. As things that have been happening behind your back are now being revealed, and you're like, oh my gosh, this person really thought that about me, or oh my gosh, I was my real enemy, or oh my gosh, now I realize where my psychic disturbances have come from. You're in a stage now to where you could see beyond the veil. And the benefit of seeing beyond the veil is that you have more power because you're clued in up here. Uranus is giving you that shocking, futuristic insight that nobody else sees but you, Gemini. Congratulations on this new superpower that will usher you in to your 11th house and finding out who your real friends are. Cancer, Uranus is going direct in your 11th house. So now you're figuring out who you want to connect with, who you don't want to connect with. You're making surprising contacts because now you're out of a period to where you were thinking things over, like, do I want to be friends with this person? Is this how I want my networks to look? You're making a final decision. You're liberating yourself from the contacts that did weigh you down. You're turning around how you're viewed in your circle, in the public, on social media. You're letting the contacts that have held you back, whether that's social media contacts, whether that's your friends, whoever you associate with, whatever club or group you're with, or social media group that you're with, you're telling those people bye, and you're leveling up your contacts because you are trying to get to this new level to where you've basically curated a new version of yourself. And those people that do not align with that version of yourself, deuces, baby. For my Leos, you have taken some time back in your career since September the 1st, or in your public standing. You have been curating this type of new identity that you want to showcase to the public. Now, I don't know if you're going for a new look. I don't know if you're redoing some business cards, or you're totally reinventing yourself when it comes to your brand. But now you're stepping out of that. You're like, okay, I know what I want. I know how I want to be perceived. This is what I will and will not put up with. While I'm at this career, while I'm at this job, I may even leave this profession, or I may even leave this identity and go towards another identity and a whole nother brand. Now, there have been shakeups with your personal relationship when you are on the brink of this realization, but it's like you have this vision, and you have this vision of yourself, and you no longer want to be held back or be imprisoned by your own trauma, by your own drama, by your own mama, or better yet, by your own boss or whoever is over you. You want to be your own boss and call the shots. And I'm totally here for it, Leo, because you are the leader. You're the leader. No one tells Leo what to do. What the hell? Virgo, suns, moons, and risings. Uranus is going direct in your 9th house. So I don't know if you're thinking about going back to school now, or you're saying, I don't need school. Fuck school. I don't need this organization. I don't need to adopt to this religion or this belief because I'm liberating myself from all those things that I felt bound to. I don't need to walk a similar path as anybody else. And now that you've come out of your chrysalis and you're realizing that your eat, pray, love moment is you're becoming more liberated, and you're becoming more autonomous when it comes to your self-discovery, when it comes to your spiritual life, when it comes to your walk and your worldview. You have probably felt like, oh, I'm the responsible one. I'm supposed to look this way. I'm supposed to believe this way. No. You are supposed to believe whatever gives you stability, whatever gives you liberation, whatever stops the Virgo from being basically a bitter bitch and feeling like you're obligated to do certain things. This is what you're doing now. You're going to explore the world. You're going to experience it for yourself, and whatever aligns to your soul, that's what's going to happen. And I love that for you, my Virgo suns, moons, and risings. Just make sure that when you are traveling, that the pilot is okay, that your passports are stamped, and that you know exactly where the hell you going, because Uranus is quite unpredictable, especially in the air. So honey, say your prayers in all of your international travels. Just saying. A canceled flight may work out in your favor. And it's Libra, suns, moons, and rising. This Uranus direct is happening in your 8th house of what? 8th house of shared resources, what you share with others. What are your taxes? What are your grants, right? And with Uranus, you may figure out that you owe a couple of bills that you didn't know you owe. Or people are coming up into your life saying that you owe them something, or that you're supposed to share something with them. And you're like, what the hell? Where did this come from? You're liberating yourself from that, and you're realizing that the things that I owe to you are the things that I owe to you, and the things that I don't owe to you, you're not going to manipulate me. And because Uranus is currently direct in your house of transformation, transforming yourself out of debt, out of other people's spiritual debt. And you're saying, I'm going to anchor my own stability. I'm creating my own stability when it comes to my personal one-on-one relationships, when it comes to my investments. And what I choose to invest in, I will, and what I won't, I won't. I owe nobody nada. And what I choose to invest in, no matter how outright or eccentric it is to you, it means something to me. I don't give a damn what anybody else thinks. But you still need to pay those debts that you owe over, Libra. So go ahead and Scorpio, this Uranus direct is happening in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships, contracts, binds. I see that you may want to liberate yourself from a particular friendship or partnership that you've been in. Now that you have more clarity around how these relationships affect you, you're like, I've been stuck in this relationship with this person, in this contract with this partner, and I no longer feel freedom. I no longer feel liberated. I feel like I'm losing myself. During this time, you are going to be switching up your partners. Or you're going to be ending things out of nowhere with people. Or people may come into your existence that you feel liberate you. Just random people that you meet that you never thought, like you could go somewhere. You're trying out a different cafe around the corner. Or maybe you're going to that same cafe and you meet somebody and instantly your reality changes because through these contacts, you have been liberated from meeting that stranger over there. Or maybe you are liberating somebody else by just being yourself. You're rewriting what stability is within your relationship. And so one day you may meet this person, you may connect, and then another day you may not. But I feel like during this time, you're basically switching out partners, or you're trying to liberate yourself from these contacts so that you can get back to who you are. And so you can no longer feel restricted. It's like, if you're not liberating me, you're hindering me. I'm no longer entertaining you. And Scorpio, you have to go through that process because you are the Phoenix, and anything that's holding you back is not good for your growth as that Phoenix. Sagittarius. Yeah. Uranus direct for you means that your reality gets chaotic. It means that the rest that you've had, the sabbatical that you've had to have a normal job, to have a normal everyday existence, is now being stopped because Uranus is now direct. So it's like, expect a lot of chaos to happen in your everyday life. Expect for you to change jobs. Expect for that illness to pop back up, or for those people that you used to deal with in your everyday reality to pop back up. And they will test you. They'll try to make you return back into a phase of your life to where you were hindered. You did feel that you were stuck, but it's up to you to say, this job will not keep me stuck. These people in my life will not keep me stuck. These pets will not keep me stuck. You know why? Because I'm changing my reality. I have that much control. So the rest that you've been getting, or the things that have been put on pause in your everyday life, are now pressing play for you to decide what lifestyle is liberating you and what lifestyle or what you've been doing has been holding you back. You're basically in a space now to where you can reinvent your new reality. So good luck for you, Sagittarius. My Capricorns, how is that new baby, huh? How's that shaking up your life? Some of you guys have had babies, and some of you guys have had babies that are projects that you've been working on in secret and slowly building upon it. But now that Uranus is direct, all that chaos gets dispersed. It gets dispersed in your area of creativity. It gets dispersed with your children who seem like they're out of control, projects that seem like they're out of control, your love life, which feels that it's out of your hands. And even if it was in your hands, you are the one who's actually shaking things up, making new decisions in those areas of your life. And I feel that you're doing this because maybe you feel that you're too boring, or you just want a new taste of life. You want some excitement. You want to feel alive again, because the 5th house, that area of life, is all about how you enjoy the experience that you're having in your surroundings. So I don't know if you're taking ceramics class. I don't know if you are joining just some type of out-of-the-box hobby. But it's like you have this weird appetite for something new that you normally do not try. Some people that you normally do not try. Or you can have flashes of insight when it comes to you launching these projects, being able to build upon the knowledge that you have to create possibly your own business, to create your own money. You could be turning your hobbies into a money-making machine, and you have that aha moment and you're like, oh, I know what to do. I have these contacts. I can put this and this together. I could, my love of maybe collecting watches or makeup, and I could turn that into a business. I could be making money off of this thing because Uranus is in Taurus. But the thing is that Uranus zaps in and zaps out. So it's like you're going to have to keep that motivation to devote yourself to these projects, to devote yourself to that new lover if you feel like doing it. Or perhaps building up your children, because the 5th house also has to do with your children and things like that. But I will say that whatever you're getting involved in is going to be groundbreaking to you and innovative. And you might be getting into astrology. You might be becoming a tarot reader, or you might be getting into technology. You're launching something around that. And I know you are. Aquarius, my Aquarius suns, moons, and rise. You're living here and you're living there. Okay, that is what Uranus direct is going to do. It's going to have you going here and going there. You can have a home. You could lose a home. You could move in certain situations, or something shocking can happen in your surroundings. So I would watch out for any storms or tornadoes that might be heading your way. And I'll already be making emergency plans and exits and things like that. So don't tell me that I didn't warn you. But Uranus and Taurus is not only going to be stirring up your home life, it's going to be stirring up your emotions to your home life, your emotions towards your family. You are having some insights and some realizations on why you live the way that you do, why you move or feel the way that you do. And it can all stem from the patterns or from the roots of your family, how you've interacted in your earlier life with them. And so now that you're having these flashes of insight, you're like, no. I'm going to liberate myself from those bad emotions, from those terrible memories, and from those family dynamics. So, yeah, you may have to cut off some family members. You may have to cut off your favorite sister, your cousin, because they're toxic as fuck. You may even have to move to a different area so that you can have your own autonomy in your own space, but it's good for your health and your basic needs. You're saying, I need to upgrade my basic needs in how I talk to myself and how I take care of myself in my inner world. I'm incorporating some new techniques. I'm keeping some piece of technology where I could log in my thoughts, where I could log in my eating habits, where I could organize my own home, because I know that when I can organize this over here, then I can experience the freedom that I have. And because Taurus represents our basic needs, our clothes, how we spend money, our finances, and things like that, I see that you are becoming more innovative when it comes to your living space and how you could grow as a person on a personal level. And when you do this, your personal relationships, like those with your family, will better across the board because you've bettered yourself. You've uprooted yourself out of your own woe it's me stuck feelings. I know Aquarius, they can get really down about themselves, but now you're like having these ideas and things. You're being electrocuted. So whenever you think something bad or something happens, you will get electrocuted. Whenever you feel stuck in your personal life and at home, you'll get electrocuted from Uranus and Taurus itself. So there is no standing still when it comes to your habitat and your living situation. Do not tell me that I did not warn you, my Aquarius suns, moons, and risings, because I did. Last but not least, my mermen and mermaids, my Pisces suns, moons, and risings. Uranus is going to shock you in your 3rd house of communication, of writing, of your immediate surroundings. Pisces sometimes have a defeatist mindset. Not all of you, but a majority of you have that side of your personality where you feel like everything's hopeless, there's nothing you can do, and then you fall off. Well, during this time, because Uranus is direct, you're taking responsibility. You are going to elevate your mindset. You're going to be innovative in the way that you speak, in the way that you think, in the way that you emote, in the way that you move in your immediate surrounding. You may be moving different neighborhoods. You may be changing a car, but most importantly, you're changing how your thoughts move. You are liberating yourself from being the victim or from victimizing who you are. Now, you will come across a little bit kooky and you may be saying some shit that's just like out of the blue. I take this as you kind of getting used to the new person that you're becoming, because you're leveling up and you're having these upgrades in your mind and your spirit. So you may get these sudden shocks, right? You may have these sudden racing thoughts that you don't understand. You don't know where they come from, but for some reason they help you. In other ways, they can hinder you. You control how those thoughts take form in your reality. But what's most important is that you're experiencing a mental evolution, a verbal evolution, and you're evolving into someone or who may seem a little bit psycho, but it's going to be this alter ego that you're establishing that's going to take you from zero to hero. And I'm going to be one of those bystanders who are like, I wonder what Pisces is doing next.
Let me tell you something. You don't own no streets.